Welcome to Dark Love Psychology. Today we're exploring gaslighting for control, how subtle lies twist reality. Have you ever been made to question your memory, your feelings, or even your sanity? That's not an accident. It's gaslighting. And it's one of the most manipulative tactics used to gain control in relationships. In this video, we'll break down how it works, why it's so effective, and how fitness testing behavior connects to this subtle form of control. Chapter 1. What is gaslighting? At its core, gaslighting is a persistent form of psychological manipulation where someone covertly sows seeds of doubt, making you question your own memory, perception, or judgment. The term itself originates from the 1938 play and the classic 1944 film Gaslight. In the story, a husband manipulates his wife into believing she is going insane by subtly dimming their gas-powered lights and then denying the lights are changing when she points it out. This cinematic origin perfectly captures the essence of the tactic, creating a false narrative to deliberately distort someone's reality. It's not just disagreeing, it's a calculated effort to make you feel like you can no longer trust your own mind. The ultimate goal of a gaslighter isn't simply to win an argument or avoid blame. The true objective is far more insidious. It's to gain power and control. By systematically eroding your confidence in your own perceptions, the manipulator positions themselves as the sole authority on what is real. They become the one you turn to for the truth, because you've been conditioned to believe your own version of events is flawed or unreliable. This creates a deep-seated dependency, making it incredibly difficult to challenge them or leave the toxic dynamic. It's crucial to understand that gaslighting is almost never a one-time event. It's a pattern of behavior that unfolds over time. A single lie is just a lie. But when that lie is part of a consistent strategy of denial, misdirection, and contradiction, it becomes gaslighting. The effect is cumulative, like that steady drip of water. Each instance might seem small or dismissible, but together, they build a prison of self-doubt. This leaves you feeling perpetually confused, anxious, and second-guessing everything. You might start to feel isolated, wondering if you're the only one who sees things this way, or worse, if you're going crazy. Let's look at how this manifests. It can be blatant denial. You say, "That comment you made last night was hurtful." They reply, "I never said that. You're imagining things again." Or it can happen in the workplace. Imagine your boss gives you verbal approval for a project. When it doesn't go as planned, they say in a team meeting, "I was never fully on board with that approach. You must have misunderstood." Suddenly, your professional competence is undermined. Another common tactic is to attack your emotional state. You express that your feelings were hurt, and they respond with, "You're being too sensitive," or "You're always overreacting." This dismisses your valid emotions and reframes them as a flaw in your character. This constant questioning of your experiences, your memories, and your sanity is what makes gaslighting so damaging. It's a profound violation of trust that goes far beyond simple dishonesty. It's a direct assault on your sense of self. Now that we've defined what gaslighting is and how it appears in daily life, it's essential to understand the psychological reasons why this manipulation tactic is so disturbingly effective. Chapter 2. Why gaslighting works. Humans rely heavily on memory and perception for trust. When these are attacked, we lose confidence in ourselves and lean on the manipulator for validation. Psychological basis, cognitive dissonance. When your brain struggles between your memory and their denial, you start doubting yourself. Example: a partner insists they never raise their voice, even though you clearly remember it. You start wondering, am I being too sensitive? Chapter 3. Subtle lies that twist reality. Gaslighting often uses small, believable lies rather than big ones. The repetition of small distortions creates doubt. Examples: "I never said that." "You're overreacting." "It was just a joke." Over time, these phrases make you feel unreasonable for even bringing issues up. Chapter 4. Gaslighting as a fitness test. In healthy relationships, we naturally test for compatibility and shared values. But in the hands of a manipulator, this concept becomes a sinister tool. Gaslighting functions as a twisted fitness test where the manipulator isn't looking for a strong partner, but a compliant one. They are systematically testing your boundaries to see how much they can distort your reality before you push back. The test isn't, "Are we a good match?" but rather, "How much control can I exert over you?" This process is a gradual erosion, not a single event. The tests start small and escalate. A manipulator might begin by denying a minor promise just to see your reaction. When you let it slide, they feel emboldened. Think of it as them testing a fence, a light tap, then a firmer press. They are calibrating your breaking point, learning exactly how much pressure to apply to make you question your own mind. Their goal is to create a world where they are always right, and you are always confused, mistaken, or crazy. So what does it mean to fail this twisted test? It's more than just losing an argument. Failing is when you begin to internalize their narrative. It's when you fold and apologize simply to keep the peace, or when their persistent denials lead you to a place of profound self-doubt. You start questioning your own memory and perceptions. Your inner voice shifts from, "I know what happened," to, "Maybe I am being too sensitive." Each time you fail, you hand over a piece of your autonomy. This erosion of self-worth is the gaslighter's goal, making you dependent on them as the arbiter of reality. Passing the test is an act of profound self-preservation. Crucially, passing doesn't mean convincing the gaslighter they're wrong. They will likely never admit it. Passing means calmly and firmly holding on to your own reality. It's about trusting your perception and refusing to be drawn into their circular arguments. You can do this by disengaging from the debate over facts and instead focusing on your experience. Use clear I statements like, "I understand you remember it differently, but I trust my perception." Or, "We don't agree on what happened, but I need to talk about how it made me feel." The key is to remain centered, transforming the interaction from a fight you must win into a boundary you must hold. Let's expand on our example. You see your partner being overtly flirtatious. You bring it up and they say, "You're imagining things. I was just being friendly. You're so insecure." A failing response is to back down, "I'm sorry, maybe I am overreacting." This rewards their behavior. Now, a passing response. You take a breath and say calmly, "I'm not going to argue about your intentions. I'm telling you that I saw specific behaviors that made me feel disrespected in our relationship. That is what I need to address." Notice the shift. You are no longer debating their distorted facts. You are stating the observable behavior, your resulting feeling, and the boundary you have. This is not an invitation to argue. It is a declaration of your reality and your standards. Chapter 5. Emotional impact of gaslighting. The emotional effects include anxiety from constantly questioning yourself, even intense guilt for simply confronting them, dependency, since you start trusting their version of reality over your own example. After repeated gaslighting, a victim may ask their partner, "Am I crazy?" Exactly what the manipulator wants. Chapter 6. How to recognize gaslighting early. Red flags: constantly hearing "you're too sensitive," feeling like you must record conversations just to be sure, apologizing too often when you've done nothing wrong. Example: if you always leave conversations doubting your memory, that's not a coincidence, it's a strategy. How to pass the test? Strategies. Stay calm. Don't let them drag you into emotional chaos. Trust your perception. Remind yourself what you saw and felt. Document patterns. Keep mental or written notes to confirm reality. Set boundaries. Call out manipulation calmly. Example: instead of arguing back and forth, say, "That's not how I remember it, and my feelings are valid." Chapter 8. Building subconscious respect. When you refuse to be manipulated, you send a powerful signal: I won't let my reality be twisted. Passing these subtle fitness tests earns subconscious respect, both from manipulators and from healthy people around you. Example: instead of spiraling in self-doubt, calmly reaffirming your stance makes you appear stronger, confident, and self-respecting. Let's bring everything we've discussed into sharp focus. At its core, gaslighting is a sinister form of psychological manipulation designed for one purpose: control. It's a campaign of subtle lies, half-truths, and strategic denials that chip away at your sanity, making you question your own memory, your perception, and even your worth. The gaslighter creates a fog of confusion, isolating you in a reality of their own making. But here's the crucial shift in perspective we've explored. You can reframe this insidious tactic. See it not as an attack on your sanity, but as a twisted, high-stakes fitness test. This isn't a test of your knowledge or strength in the traditional sense. It's a test of your allegiance to yourself. It's assessing the strength of your boundaries, the depth of your self-worth, and your unwavering connection to your own intuition. And passing this test doesn't mean out-arguing the manipulator. It's an internal victory. It's the quiet, resolute decision to trust your own experience, even when someone you care about is telling you it's wrong. Every time you do this, you strengthen the very foundation of your self-respect. This brings us to the most powerful tool in your arsenal. Trust yourself. I want you to let that sink in, because after enduring a campaign of gaslighting, your ability to trust your inner compass can feel shattered. It's the primary casualty of this form of abuse. But rebuilding that trust is the very essence of taking back your power. It begins the moment you stop outsourcing your reality to someone else. The moment you stop letting them be the arbiter of your truth. Taking back control isn't a single dramatic event. It's a quiet revolution, fought and won in 1,000 small moments. It's the moment you state your feelings without adding, "But maybe I'm being too sensitive." It's the moment you hold on to your memory of an event, even when they're trying to rewrite it. It's the moment you walk away from a circular argument designed to exhaust and confuse you. This is the practice of radical self-trust. It's not about arrogance. It's about granting your own inner world the legitimacy it deserves. It's about becoming the ultimate authority on your own life. Your feelings are valid. Your perceptions are real. Your reality is yours and yours alone to define. This journey of reclaiming your reality can feel isolating, but you are not alone. If the insights in this video resonated with you, consider it an invitation to join a community of individuals committed to psychological awareness and personal strength. By giving this video a thumbs up, you help this knowledge reach more people who need it. And by sharing it, you could be throwing a lifeline to someone in your circle who is silently drowning in self-doubt. You never know whose life you might change. To continue arming yourself with the knowledge to navigate complex relationships, be sure to subscribe to Dark Love Psychology and hit the notification bell. We are dedicated to providing you with practical tools to build psychological resilience and transform your understanding of dark psychological tactics. We want to build a supportive space right here. So, in the comments below, share one small step you've taken this week to trust your own reality. It could be as simple as validating your own feelings. Your story could be the spark of courage someone else needs to see today. Thank you for investing your time in yourself. Until next time, stay aware, stay strong, and remember that you are the author of your own story.